Hello everyone! Today we are going to be reading McHorn and His Hidden Spots by Seeley. This is a book that I won on my Goodreads account. This is a signed copy of McHorn and His Hidden Spots. McHorn the Dalmatian, a spotted creation, would boast that his spots made him best. I'm the #1 creature because of this feature. You all should be very impressed. The other dogs scoffed at the spotted show-off, who felt sure he was second to none. Then they all ran away for their puppy dog play. Around him, they just didn't have fun. But the uppity pup kept his nose pointed up, quite convinced he was meant to be boss. Silly doggies, he howled. They're just jealous, he growled. Either way, it was clearly their loss. He was terribly fond of a spot by the pond where he loved to observe his reflection. With each look he knew that it really was true. He was painfully close to perfection. Past the pond up the hill, his big project and thrill was a secret that no one could see. Anything polka-dotted or speckled or spotted he stuffed in his old hollow tree. He had one thing in mind, to be king of his kind. I'm the spot king I am, thought the hound. Other things that had spots tied his stomach in knots, so he stashed every spot that he found. Then along came the day to his dappled dismay, when he found in his house a surprise. What a sickening sight! It was spotted and white, and it watched him with black button eyes. Another Dalmatian, he thought with frustration. Now I will get all the attention. This simply can't be, it looks too much like me, and he barked at this spotted invention. It didn't bark back and it didn't attack. It just stared with those black button eyes, so he sniffed at his fur, but it still wouldn't stir, and McHorn felt his blood pressure rise. On the spotted thing's head was a ribbon bright red, neatly tied in a beautiful bow. Now he really was mad. That was more than he had. This dog thing with spots had to go. This was true spotted war, and he dashed through the door with a fearless and firm puppy grip, taking care as he trotted that nobody spotted his button-down dog-stealing trip. He snuck past the pond to the tree beyond, where he'd hidden that polka-dot pile. Now no one will see, thought the puppy with glee, and he tossed it right in with a smile. He stretched and he sighed, feeling quite satisfied, and decided to snooze for a while. He would stay the spot king, and no spotted dog thing would be cramping his slick puppy style. Getting tongue-tied here. What a frightening dream, what a fur-raising scene about taking a bath in a pail. All that bubbly fluff had been spot-cleaning stuff, and had washed off his spots head to tail. What a nightmarish sight, all that plain puppy white, and he ran toward the pond very worried. Feeling quite insecure, he just had to be sure that he still had his spots, so he hurried. With eager inspection, he found his reflection. His spots were still there, and he sighed, but his sigh of relief was remarkably brief, and his puppy eyes opened wide. First he spotted a duck and a wading woodchuck that were covered with speckles and spots. There were spots on a skunk and a chewing chipmunk, and his tummy got tied up in knots. A polka-dot bird? This is simply absurd, thought McHorn as he fought off the jitters. And 4 spotted fish, this is just devilish. How on earth can I hide all these creatures? There were more on a moose and a fox and a goose, and a bunch on the back of a bear. Speckled critters galore, spotted bears by the score. What a #1 nasty nightmare. The spotted dog napper, who'd once felt so dapper, looked down at his spots with a whine. Now what would he do? All the rest had them too, and now spots didn't seem all that fine. His puppy had ached. How much more could he take? Was this still some ridiculous dream? or a dreadful payback for his polka dot stack and his button-eyed dog-napping scheme. Then he hollered a howl as a huge spotted owl snatched him up and he thought he'd be swallowed. While his puppy nerves jumped and his puppy heart thumped, they flew off to the tree that was hollowed. McHorn cried, "Not me!" when he spotted the tree, but the owl dropped him in with a whack. Then he grumbled and glared as the animal stared at the pup on his polka dot stack. What a shameful display to be treated this way, thought McHorn, as he sat with a scowl. "I'm supposed to be great, not some spotted bird bait for an impolite, oversized owl." What a bullying bird! Then something occurred to the pup and he felt like a fool. Hadn't he done the same in his spot, hiding game? Acting sneaky, acting naughty, acting cruel? Just under his chin was this little stuffed twin, and it seemed to observe him unblinking. So timid and teeny, he'd been such a meanie. How could he have been so unthinking? He felt strange underneath, even ugly beneath all his spots. And his thoughts became scattered. Underneath he felt bad, underneath he felt sad. Could the underneath part be what mattered? McHorn felt like crying, but Spot started flying, around and around and around. Then he tumbled and twirled in a spot-flooded world full of critters and things he had found. "Help me, I'm falling," McHorn began calling. "Can anyone hear me? Please help!" The owl screeched, "Who the—" Then he heard something moo, and he burst wide awake with a yelp. He opened his eyes as a face of great size lowered down for a close-up inspection. His heartbeat still raced as she moved towards his face. Then she licked him with a spotted affection. In a world full of spots, there would always be lots, and McHorn finally figured this out. Though he felt pretty small, he was part of it all. Could it be that's what life was about? He would think of his blunder, and sometimes he'd wonder just what he had done it all for. An immense revelation for one young Dalmatian, a bit more grown up than before. The stuff in the stack, well, he took it all back. Hiding spots was no longer much fun. With more heart and less pride, he felt better inside, knowing spot wars could never be won. He got used to his part in this spot-sharing art. This was now the new pledge he was keeping, though he still felt some knots, teeny-weeny-sized knots, when he noticed a ladybug creeping. And McHorn never knew something spotted and blue had been laid in the old hollow tree, just the place for providing and perfect for hiding a secret or two. Even 3. That is McHorn and the Hidden Spots by Laura Seeley.